All right, so let's get right into it. What we're seeing is, well, it's a real puzzle. On one side, you've got Iran and its proxies making some really aggressive moves, really turning up the heat. And on the other side, the United States is being surprisingly quiet. It just doesn't add up, right? And it's got a lot of people asking a huge question. Is this the US looking weak? Or is there something else going on here? Maybe some kind of intricate double game from the White House. So let's dig into the reporting and try to piece this together. So where does this all start? Well, it kicks off with a threat from Iran. And this wasn't some subtle diplomatic message. This was a direct warning, aimed right at a major US ally in the region. Yeah, take a look at this. The source material says Iran issued a public warning directly to the UAE. Evacuate Ras Al Khaimah. I mean, think about that. That's not a suggestion. It's basically saying, get your people out because something is about to happen here. It really doesn't matter. So the immediate question is, why single Ras Al Khaimah? Well, it's definitely not just some random city. It's one of the UAE's 7 lands, and its location is absolutely critical. We're talking about a piece of land right on the doorstep of one of the most important shipping lanes in the entire world. 46 kilometers. That's the distance between Ras Al Khaimah and the Strait of Hormuz. You know, that tiny choke point where a massive amount of the world's oil has to pass through. So that closeness, that proximity, that's everything. This spot is either a huge strategic advantage or a very, very tempting target. But here's where it gets really interesting. What's Iran's justification for this? According to the report, they're not framing this as some random act of aggression. No, they're calling it retaliation. They're alleging that the U.S. launched an attack on their naval facilities from Ras Al Khaimah. So in their eyes, this is just a bomb for a bomb. It's payback. And this wasn't just tough talk either. The threat was followed by action. A whole wave of reported attacks aimed squarely at American interests. Now, it's important to understand these apparently weren't just a few isolated incidents. The source material suggests this came from the very top. Iran's leadership reportedly gave its commanders a free hand. And what does that mean? It's basically a green light. Go ahead, attack U.S. targets. It suggests a much more coordinated, deliberate campaign. And here you can really get a sense of the scale of this thing. Just look at the list of reported attacks in Iraq. We're talking drone attacks on Victory Camp in Baghdad. Then you've got missile and drone attacks on the U.S. logistics camp near the airport, and even the U.S. diplomatic support center is hit. See the pattern here? This isn't random. It's a sustained, targeted campaign designed to apply maximum pressure. Okay, so you have all these attacks, this clear escalation from Iran, and then, on the other side, what seems like, well, not much from the U.S., and that right there, that's the central mystery we're trying to unpack. And the first, most obvious question that pops into your head is Trump scared, right? Is the US backing down because these attacks are actually working? It's a totally logical conclusion to jump to. But what if that's not it at all? The analysis we're looking at here proposes a completely different idea. It suggests that maybe we shouldn't see this silence as fear. What if it's actually a calculated move? A brand new kind of maneuver. And this is where we get to the heart of the theory. It's what the source calls Trump's double. So let's break down what that actually means. Okay, so here's the theory in a nutshell. The double game is basically a strategy where a leader, in this case Trump, looks like he's retreating. He's pulling back from the conflict. But the whole point is to put pressure on his allies, to force them to step up and carry more of the weight themselves. So here's how the strategy allegedly works step by step. First, the U.S. appears to back down. It doesn't retaliate directly. That creates step 2, however. Suddenly, the threat from Iran feels a whole lot more real and a whole lot closer to its neighbors, which leads to the final step, step 3. Countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE realize they can't just wait for the U.S. to save the day. They're forced to commit their own resources to help our work. It's a pretty clever, if risky, strategy on paper. But the big question is it actually working? Well, according to this analysis, the answer seems to be, yeah, it is. And here's the reported evidence that this unconventional plan is getting results. Look at this. Saudi Arabia has apparently greenlit U.S. use of the King Fahd airbase. That's a huge deal. And at the same time, the UAE is reportedly preparing for a possible 9-month-long war with Iran. We're not talking about small moves here. These are major commitments, major shifts in strategy from key
طيارة
U.S.
حربية
allies.
طيارة حربية
Okay, so if the allies
طيارة
are stepping
حربية
up, what's the
شوف
final
شوف شوف
move? What's the ultimate goal of this double game?
Police, yes, 1 minute,
The
1
source
minute.
claims Trump's endgame
لا
is
لا شبه
even
الدبة 1 minute.
the ultimate
1
goal
minute,
is to
1
have
minute.
Saudi Arabia lead a potential ground operation against Iran themselves. The idea is to shift the entire burden
طيارة
of
حربية
ground
طيارة
war
حربية
onto regional partners, so
طيارة
American
حربية
troops
شوف شوف
don't
شوف
have to be
شوف
involved.
شوف 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 شوف
And that leaves us with the one massive
Police,
high-stakes
yes,
question
1
at
minute,
the very
1
center
minute.
of all of this. Is
لا
this
لا
double
شبه
game
الدبة
a
1
more
minute.
strategic move to
1 minute,
contain
1
Iran
minute.
and put American on the ground? Or is it an incredibly reckless gamble that could backfire and plunge the entire region into a catastrophic war? That's the billion-dollar question, and it's where this analysis leaves us.